If we take the posts which are being put out on Twitter, uh, literally these are the final hours, days of Virginia Giuffre. The name not simply of someone who's buried in court filings or the face beside Prince Andrew in the now infamous photograph, but a woman who, in her own words, may now be living her final days. Her Instagram posts have been stark and unvarnished. They've given me 4 days to live. She cited renal failure following a reported collision with a school bus in Western Australia, bruised, broken, and heartbreakingly alone. She asked only to see her children one last time. For those who followed the sordid saga of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, Virginia Giuffre has been right at the very centre. She accused Epstein of trafficking her as a minor and named powerful men, most notoriously Prince Andrew, as alleged abusers. She was 17, he denied it all. Her photographs surfaced, one of the prince, unforgettably, that was claimed to be fake. And the story became part of the royal law, the stuff of media frenzy and legal obfuscation. The case settled in 2022. Prince Andrew, or rather the Queen, paid a reported £12 million in an out-of-court arrangement. There was no admission of guilt. There was, however, silence. Both parties agreed never to speak of it again, and Virginia Giuffre received the money, not as hush money per se, but as compensation. It was said to include a donation to her charity for abuse survivors. Some called it justice, others called it a bribe, wrapped in royal blue, and now she's in hospital, and once again controversy shadows her. She claims to have been hit by a school bus going at over 100 kilometres per hour. How is that? Yet Western Australian police initially said there was no record of such a crash. Later she admitted a minor collision had been reported a day late by the bus driver. No injuries were recorded. Meanwhile, her Instagram post paints a bleaker picture of kidney failure, a specialist transfer, 4 days to live, but curiously, local hospitals claimed she hasn't been admitted. Then another update. Yes, she was in hospital, but her injuries were not life-threatening. And at this point, one can't help but wonder what's real, what's dramatised, and who, if anyone, is controlling this narrative. In recent posts, Giuffre has sounded increasingly distressed. She said she was estranged from her children. Her marriage of over 2 decades may have collapsed. She posted a photo of her 3 children lamenting their absence and the lies that they've been told. "My heart is shattered," she wrote. This isn't just a tragic accident story. It's a case study of what happens when a private individual becomes a global lightning rod. When your truth threatens the reputations of princes and presidents and billionaires, you don't just tell your story, you become the story. And Giuffre's allegations brought attention to the circles Epstein moved in, men like Bill Richardson, Alan Dershowitz, and yes, Bill Clinton. She claimed Clinton visited Epstein's private island. She testified Epstein once told her, "Clinton owes me a favour." ABC's Amy Robach was caught on a hot mic saying the network had the goods on Clinton and Epstein for 3 years and buried it. And what do we do with this? We live in a world where allegations against powerful men are dissected with legal scalpels unless that accused wears a crown or shakes a hand with a former president, it seems. And in that world, Virginia Giuffre has carried a heavy burden. She was celebrated, questioned, quietly dismissed, vilified. But let's return for a moment to that infamous photograph, to Prince Andrew, arm around a 17-year-old Giuffre, with Ghislaine Maxwell smirking in the background. Andrew claims the photograph might be fake. It looks fake. Giuffre insists it's real. The hand looks odd. Experts remain divided, but in a courtroom, it never mattered. The case was settled before it reached trial. The Queen reportedly paid the bill. The palace sighed with relief. And now, a woman lies bruised in a hospital bed, posting what may be a premature obituary to herself. Her father has spoken out, asking that she seek a second opinion. Her publicist says she's in a serious condition, but not critical. The media, once rabidly hungry for her every utterance, is now subdued. What was once high drama is now a footnote. The silence is as telling as any headline. Virginia Giuffre is far from simple. It's a complex story, one of survival, yes, but also of trauma, of media exploitation, of unresolved justice, of dalliances with royalty and fame. Whether she has 4 days left or 40 years left, her life has exposed the double standards of media, the legal acrobatics of the powerful, and the emotional toll of being believed too late. If this is her final chapter, I think we should read it carefully, not with tabloid eyes, but with moral clarity. This is somebody whose life has been wrecked by the powerful.